I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I have an opinion and I share it with you. I am the salt of the earth. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Salt of the Earth podcast. The political landscape in the United States, particularly around election cycles, often becomes a battleground not just for policy debates, but for narratives shaped by media portrayal. In the context of Donald Trump's potential cabinet for his 2024 term, there has been a notable trend where media outlets have engaged in what some critics described as character assassination of his appointees. This strategy, they argue, is not only to critique or hold accountable, but to strategically undermine these figures in preparation for the 2028 election cycle. Trump's desire to dismantle DEI initiatives from government positions has been met with mixed reactions. While some see this an attempt to return to merit-based systems, media outlets often frame this move as a step backward in social progress. The narrative frequently portrays Trump's appointees as out of touch with modern values, potentially setting the stage for a negative perception that could linger into the next election cycle. This portrayal aims to cast a shadow over any policy achievements by focusing on the personalities and past controversies rather than the policies themselves. A case in point is the coverage around former Representative Matt Gaetz, initially nominated for Attorney General. Gaetz faced intense scrutiny due to past allegations despite no charges being filed. Media shows like The View have been pivotal in this narrative, with hosts like Sonny Hostin discussing legal notes concerning Gaetz, which could influence public perception even if no legal prosecutions follow. However, after his withdrawal from the nomination, the appointment of Pam Bondi, who has a sound legal background, suggests a move towards figures less mired in controversy. Yet the initial media focus on Gaetz' issues might continue to echo through political discourse. Internationally, Trump's call for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, coupled with Russian President Putin's openness to negotiations only if Trump leads them, illustrates another dimension where media narratives could be crafted. The Biden administration's decision to allow Ukraine to use long-range missiles on Russia territory shortly after Putin's warning provides a stark contrast of Trump's peace-seeking rhetoric. However, media outlets often frame Trump's foreign policy as bellicose, despite actions by the current administration that could be seen as escalating tensions. This selective framing could aim to position Trump as a warmonger, a narrative that could be detrimental if maintained through to 2028. On domestic fronts, the media's role has been equally contentious. The tragic case of Laken Riley, where the perpetrator was found guilty, has been utilized to critique immigration policies. Yet, the focus often shifts away from the judicial outcome to broader political implications. Similarly, the pushback against transgender policies in schools and public facilities by figures like Representative Nancy Mace is often depicted as regressive rather than a debate on privacy and safety, influencing how these issues might be viewed in future elections. The media's influence extends into personal lives, with hosts like Joy Reid and Sonny Hostin encouraging family divisions over political differences, which could exacerbate societal polarization. This approach not only affects current political dynamics, but also sets a tone for how political allegiance is perceived, potentially impacting voter behavior in future elections. In technology and health, the successful SpaceX launch underlines American innovation, yet such achievements often receive less media attention compared to political controversies. The revelation by former CDC Director Dr. Robert Redfield about the origins of COVID-19 adds to the narrative of government transparency, or the lack thereof, which could sway public trust in various administrations. Moreover, the cancellation of all legal cases against Trump might be seen by some media as a failure of the justice system or political maneuvering, depending on editorial stance. This development could be leveraged to either portray Trump as vindicated or as having escaped due process, each narrative serving different political ends as the next election cycle approaches. In conclusion, the media's portrayal of Trump's 2024 cabinet and appointees plays a critical role in shaping public perception, which extends beyond immediate political consequences onto future electoral considerations. Whether by focusing on personal controversies, policy decisions, or international diplomacy, the narratives crafted today will certainly influence the political discourse leading up to 2028. The challenge lies in discerning whether this coverage serves as a watchdog function or as a tool for political warfare. As the media landscape continues to evolve, so too will its impact on how political figures and their policies are understood by the public. It is crucial for media consumers to critically engage with these narratives, recognizing both the information provided and the potential biases that frame such coverage. Amidst the cacophony of political narratives and the media scrutiny, one fundamental belief often stands resilient: the notion that truth and good will ultimately prevail. This concept is not only a philosophical stance, but is also echoed in various spiritual teachings, including Christianity. From the Bible, we find in John 8:32, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." This scripture underscores the liberating power of truth, suggesting that no matter how convoluted or obscured by political gamesmanship, the truth has an intrinsic force to emerge and rectify. Applying this to the political arena, especially in the context of media narratives surrounding Trump's administration and its potential successors, serves as a reminder of the moral compass that should guide both the makers and consumers of news. The relentless pursuit of truth by individuals, journalists, and the public alike is crucial for democracy. It ensures accountability, fosters informed citizenship, and upholds the integrity of public discourse. In the context of our discussion, if the media's role is scrutinized for potentially skewing narratives for political gain, the biblical principle here encourages a return to the core values of journalism: seeking and reporting the truth. Truth, in its essence, does not align with partisan politics, but with the higher purpose of serving the common good. This perspective invites all involved in the political process, from politicians to media personalities, to consider their actions not through the lens of immediate political advantage, but through the broader scope of ethical conduct and societal welfare. Therefore, as we navigate through election cycles, policy debates, and the constant evolution of political figures' reputations, holding on to the belief that truth and good will prevail can be a beacon of hope. It suggests that beyond the temporary victories of political battles, there exists a more enduring victory in the realm of integrity and justice. This belief encourages a more reflective approach to political engagement, urging all parties to strive for a discourse that, while competitive, is fundamentally honest and aimed at collective progress rather than division. Be the salt of the earth.